Oh, Predator joined just as we go live. Cool. Hey, what's up? No, Battletoads. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. The pre-show was super heated already, so I'm very excited to see where the show goes.
We need the air conditioning right now. It's like 90 degrees in Connecticut.
Dude, it's like 105 here today, man. It's crazy.
Dude, you chose that life. You chose
that. Hey,
man,
life. Listen. The life chose me, man. I don't know. It's great, man. So, what's up, everybody? It's Xbox Nation / PlayStation Nation, whatever you guys want to call it. But you guys have to admit, I've been doing a better job at bringing in other people. And the funny thing is the people on the panel were all like super hardcore Xbox fans for a long time. Even Kratos was an Xbox 360 guy. A lot of people don't know that. But exactly, bro. But and I got some incredible guests here tonight, and I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna introduce Mooch. Mooch, what's going on, man? What's going on in PlayStation world with you, man?
Man, I'll tell you, it's going on. I don't even know. It's a whirlwind on Twitter. Everybody that's been it's been havoc out there, and luckily everybody's on the panel tonight that's been in part of that havoc. So it's gonna be a great show tonight, man. I don't know. I mean, myself personally, I'm like 65 hours of the day's gone. I love that game, but that game don't end.
It's the Energizer Bunny, man. It's like, hey, it's not as bad as Witcher 3.
It don't hold a candle. Yeah. Witcher 3. I told you guys that's gonna own my will. That's going to my great grandkids. They're gonna finish it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nobody finishing Witcher 3.
And I'm glad you're here, man. As you guys join in here, I see Yobi and a lot of people shared out. I can guarantee this is going to be a fun episode. And I'm doing my best to keep it fair and balanced, as they say, because I got a special guest who's a big Xbox fan. So Xbox won't feel as alone today.
Until he gangs up on me, man.
I can guarantee you Dirt is not doing that. We also got Xbox 448. What's going on, man? How's it going? How you doing,
What's going on, people? It is Xbox 44K. That is right, guys. I'm excited about tonight's show. Huge shout out to everybody checking out the show live. There's 2 questions I want answered tonight, Crap, and that is, first off, are you marrying a supermodel? And then secondly, is your dick broke?
No,
I've seen that a couple times on Twitter.
I said owning an Xbox One X is like being married to a supermodel, but not being able to use your
I'm just wondering. Hopefully, we can answer these questions tonight. Yeah, but so, it's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's just like man, that thing. It's the hotness, man, but you can't do anything with it. It's like Battletoads, Bleeding Edge. I'm like looking around. I'm like, man, that's all you got. I can play this on the Switch. Give me a break. Come on, you know what I mean? But we also got, I'm going to introduce Predator just because I feel bad because I forgot him in the tweet. What's up, Predator?
Oh, no.
How's it going?
Yeah, no respect, man. At least I get votes on the next podcast. But I'm here. Happy to be here.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. We also got Knox. What's going on, Knox? How's it going?
Yo, it is another wonderful night, a wonderful panel. Battle time!
Man, I'm excited, man. Dude, all my friends are like, man, I got to get that Xbox for that new hotness, that Battletoads.
Oh, shit. I just got my stogie shipped in from DR, primely rolled, ready for Gears 5, baby. Let's get it.
Hey, man, they love it. They love it there.
Oh, baby.
We've also got we've got J-Dub / Kratos back this week. What's up, man? How's it going?
Boy, what's going on, everybody? Your boy J-Dub. I'm back again. Gotta keep people in check. Make sure everything's okay. Trying to be the bouncer.
Oh yeah, man. We appreciate you coming back here, man. We had a hell of a time with you last week. Definitely. And making his debut, man. A good fan he was a good fan. I'm not sure if he is so much anymore, man. But Dirt Griggity, what's going on, man? You are definitely an Xbox fan, and I gotta say that when I invited you on the show, I was like, man, is he even going to accept? But you were like, yeah, and I wanted to get your opinions on the Xbox stuff and kind of see where you were at with all that. So what's going on, man? What do you got going on?
Nothing much, man. Thank you for the invite on Anti-Xbox Nation. And
I like that. You should keep that name.
Yeah. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Shit, Mooch is talking about Days Gone being long. Shit, that Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man. It's like it never ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, man.
Hey, no problem, man. We appreciate you
icon,
being here.
Man. That icon is hot right there.
I gotta get the DLC for that too.
Hey, hold on. Whit Wooly 93 says, I can't believe Mooch said my name. Come on, Crap, say my name. and make me explode.
There
I
you
said
go,
it, man.
buddy.
Don't
Wow.
be careful with that though, man.
Yeah.
Watch where you're going with that.
Charge is about $20 a pop for that.
Hey, $20 is $20, my friend. I'm in need of that money. That's all I can say. I want to jump right in to Microsoft, man. They're going hard at Gamescom, guys. Biggest Gamescom ever.
Yeah.
Megatons. It's going to be fantastic. They're going to bring more games. Hold on. So this is their official release per the Xbox Wire. Following this year's incredible E3, excuse me for a second, and the breathtaking reaction we've had from our fans, breathtaking. I get it. They're playing on that Keanu Reeves thing because that was like the only thing they had. We're excited to let you know that Xbox will be coming to Gamescom 2019. We'll be bringing a great lineup of games to the event from developers around the world with almost 200 gameplay stations in our booths, including first public hands-on with Minecraft Dungeons, which is a multi-plat, Horde mode in Gears 5. And fans in Germany can also play xCloud for the very first time. I'm sure they're going to be super excited about that. So they're going to do Inside Xbox. I'm wondering who's even going to host this shit because they fired everybody. To kick off the week, they'll be hosting a special episode of Inside Xbox. Tune in Monday, August 19th.
It'll be specially hosted by the Golden Girls, by the way.
Maybe on Mixer, Twitch, and all that kind of good stuff. They got the Xbox booth with 200 gaming stations. Experience Xbox Game Pass for console and for PC. If you're coming to the show, make sure you pay them a visit. They're going to have these games: Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, Battletoads, Bleeding Edge, Gears 5, Halo the Master Chief Collection on PC, Minecraft Dungeons, and more. In addition, I mean, that list right there is enough to make you want to fall asleep. I'm just saying. Including several third parties like Borderlands 3, Doom Eternal, NBA 2K20, Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and Project xCloud. They're going to have Windows gaming powered by Xbox Game Pass, and visit the official gear shop. So, yeah, I mean, that's close.
That's awesome. What are you talking about, brother?
That's what's going on, guys.
E3 version 2.
Yeah.
I
mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, Gamescom is a major event. I don't want to take away from the event itself. It's Europe's version of E3, and actually they get a bigger fan turnout than even E3.
They were open to
maybe
the public way before E3 was.
Absolutely. I think there's 100,000, 200,000. I don't know. There's a lot of people that show up to that event. My point being, though, is that unless we go back to 2014, 2015, I don't remember which one it was, when Phil Harrison gave the reveal that they would have exclusivity on Rise of the Tomb Raider, that was the last time Gamescom was really something that we all kind of talked about. I think it's a great move. It's a great showing for the fans. But Gamescom's always been the little brother to E3. So if you weren't wowed at E3, you really can't promote and wow Xbox Gamescom. It's going to be a miniature version of that at best.
Yeah, I'm past that part. Normally, when they announced they're going to go big at Gamescom, the old crap would have been like, Megaton! They're bringing exclusives and surprises.
Well, that's my point, Crap. That's the thing. And I think, Griggity actually asked something before the pre-show. And when you say that's what we used to do, Griggity says, if that's how you've been feeling about games for so long, why until now do you wait to kind of be this vocal? And for Griggity, and I think for a lot of Xbox fans out there, myself included, is you go back 2-3 years ago, it was what Crap just said. It wasn't just a promotion or a tag or a line in a YouTube video. It really was hype that we thought that something was coming down the pipeline. And now Microsoft has not shown games, but they've kind of shown their forecast of what's coming, and now the excitement that lead up to this type of event, we know what's coming now, right? We know we're going to see basically the same thing we saw at E3 with maybe a snippet more of Battletoads or a snippet more of
AC bongos and
yes. Now you take out Jeff Rubenstein and insert AC bongos, right? So I mean that's all it really is going to be. So I don't know, myself personally, that's where I think that you see a little bit of the frustration, especially to Griggity, and he didn't get a chance to ask that live on the air, but that was a very good question he asked before the show started, is why this heat now? And the heat now is because basically we see the map, we see what's coming forward, and I think a lot of people are questioning that path forward, and that's why the excitement's just not there for like Gamescom Xbox.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody else want to chime in on the Gamescom stuff?
First part of the generation, they definitely split like bigger announcements between
absolutely
and Gamescom. And we've seen slowly them kind of take away the whole Gamescom aspect of it. But with the list of what they're showing right there, and yes, I know, majority of people watching, you are console gamers and stuff like that. But what they're doing on the PC side, as well as the games that they're bringing, both multi-plat and the like the Gears 5, like the Horde mode, which is something we haven't seen yet and stuff like that. I'd be excited to see what all that has to offer. We all know whether it's a good decision or a bad decision when it comes to Gears. They're showing little snippets here, little snippets there, and then right before it releases,
little snippets everywhere.
Then they'll show the campaign. But I'm excited to see what they got, man.
It's Gears, so I mean that's a huge name.
Yeah.
If you played any of the Gears before, you're gonna buy this one. That's so.
Dude, I saw the multiplayer on Twitter.
Snippets there. Just, I mean, man, it's Gears. Just release the stuff to the people. Show them the game. It's gonna sell what it's gonna sell. You're not going to gain any one more sale by hiding any content or hiding any modes or anything else.
But think about it, Jay. It is a different concept now. I mean, everyone wants to promote. There's nobody on this panel. There's nobody on the internet that will say that Game Pass is a bad value. It's a fantastic value, right? We all agree with that, right? But the reason that they're not showing it, you're like, show it, the sales of the sales. The thing is, things are different now. Microsoft's not concentrating on that. They know that everybody's playing Gears, Jay, because everyone bought it for $1. Okay, so what I'm saying is everyone's already doing that. So realistically, they're taking control of the ship. They're completely taking control now. And they're like, we don't want to show the gameplay. We don't have to show the gameplay because you're all going to play Gears because you all bought it for $1. So all of the faithful will be there day one regardless.
Whether that's right or wrong.
What are they gaining?
Well, we don't know yet. That's right.
That's the faithful. That's the faithful, though. Why wouldn't you just capitalize on the whole thing? It is Gears. Why not sell Gears,
absolutely,
Game Pass, and Xboxes all in one foul swoop, right?
They want to sell you a subscription. They don't want to sell you a $60 game. That's why.
Just do. Oh, hold on. There's something blowing up over here in New York. Oh, give me a minute. All right.
Listen. Thunderstorm.
Yeah, say that on the air, man.
Yeah. You're right.
I was looking around left and right. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, well, you heard the public service.
Yes, I did. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, no, you're right. They are selling the service, right? I don't know, man. It's still a shock. It's still kind of, I'm going to have to mentally get out of that.
No,
go for sales, go to try to sell a console.
Right.
It's going to take a while for people to adjust to this new way of thinking for Microsoft. Because I'm thinking, for example, in Nintendo and Sony's, for example, they have a game coming out. They're trying to do a theme console. They're painting the floors, the walls, the subways, any place they can to get that up, because they want not only to just sell you that game, but they want you to sell you
Jay, you just said it. You've got to wrap your mind around the fact that this is the way Microsoft's taking it. Don't take my word for it. For anyone that's listening in the chat or later on, okay, look at Matt Piscatella, who's all over Twitter from the NPD. When you look at his stats and what he's revealing, very little information is coming out from the Microsoft camp because they're not revealing those numbers anymore. They're only talking service. They're only talking Game Pass. And they're only talking usage or user base, which again is kind of a screened number, because you look at it and they'll tell you something like 8 million people were on Sea of Thieves, but that doesn't mean 8 million people bought it. That means 8 million people stopped by, hit start, shut it off. Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't enjoy it. Doesn't mean they didn't like it. That's not where I'm going with this. Also, they've been giving away Game Pass. Everyone that buys an Xbox gets a month of it free. They're doing 3-month. They did 3-month giveaways before this for $3 or $8 or $5. So there's all those incentive plans. So again, they're not getting $60 for every one of those 8.5 million that played Sea of Thieves. We've got to understand this is the rationale and the mindset that they're going forward. Now, this may be big. This may pay off dividends for Microsoft going forward. But right now, as it looks today, until they actually have the first-party studios step up to the plate, this is looking like it could stutter out for them a couple years down the road. This is all to be seen, like you said. But in the meantime, we do got to wrap our minds around the fact that we aren't looking at the generic 1v1 in sales anymore. That mindset's got to go.
Yo, check this out, Mooch. With you saying, my bad, I just want to say this real quick. With you saying, like, they're giving away Game Pass. Like, I was muted when you said that, but I was like, why do you think they're giving away Game Pass? I feel like I know, but just real quick, why do you think they're basically giving away Game Pass right now?
And I've said this a bunch of times, and I only spoke about it for a minute last week. I'm glad you asked me that. I said this on Crossfire about 3 weeks ago. I said, Game Pass is going from a luxury to a necessity. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's the same reason, okay, that they how do I put this in? We don't want to use the smoking category again, but like the same thing with like the younger people used to smoke cigarettes, right? And when you hand out cigarettes and you get addicted young, then you want to stay with it when you get older.
Oh,
That's
dude, I was
right.
pharmacist. First one was free, man.
You get exactly. You get my point. So what I'm saying is that Game Pass right now, whether you're hardcore and you're using it daily, or you're casual and you're using it once in a blue moon, currently with Game Pass, you have 200 games in that collection that are constantly rotating. Right? That's a lot for people that don't have a lot of. That people have like 2 games or 5 games or 10 games. All of a sudden, they have a library now. All of a sudden, let's say that membership wears out, right? It runs out. Now you went from having 200 games on Monday
having none
to none or 2 or 4 on Tuesday. You know what you're saying? I got to go pay that $14.99. Right. I got to get this Ultimate back.
Exactly. Well, check this out, Mooch.
That's their goal.
You can do that. You can do that when the relevant product drops.
I just want to throw this out there real quick.
Which now, hold on. Which now,
the question.
But real quick, my dude. Which now, if you don't drop relevant content on a monthly basis, I may skip out for 5 months, 4 months,
check
6
this out.
months down the line.
Well, dude. All right. The reason why I asked that
multiplayer games.
The reason why I asked that is we have a new console right around the corner coming out next year. It looks to me like they want to get everybody accustomed with Game Pass, right? So when they start promoting their next console, Scarlet or whatnot, be like, yo, guess what, guys? Our entire first-party launch lineup, which they will reveal, we already know Halo
Infinite on Game Pass.
All right, will be on Game Pass. You don't have to buy a single game
or a Scarlet.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It sounds so bad when you say it.
Hold on. Gotham guy, I got to pay some bills. He said we've seen more of Gears 5 than Death Stranding, which I disagree with. And Death Stranding was announced years before Gears 5, yet Sony received no critique. Why? Answer me that. I would say that we've seen actual gameplay, though. Death Stranding is a single-player game, and we've seen some gameplay of that. With Gears, it's always been a they keep touting biggest single-player campaign ever, but they're not showing it. I think that's a big problem for people. I think the game will probably be fine. I just think that it is a little bit odd that they're holding onto the campaign so tightly. Like, it makes no sense to me. It's like, if you're a Gears fan, you're a Gears fan. Unless this is some kind of soft reboot, somebody's not going to jump in on Gears 5 and just like for the first one. I doubt that happens. Yeah. So a lot of the things that they're doing sort of makes me scratch my head, right? Because this is a Gears 5, so obviously it's a continuation from the last story, and they're tweaking the multiplayer, I guess, to be more casual. So
is that what they're doing?
Yeah, if you look at it, they're adding emotes, dude, like Fortnite.
There's
nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, I don't care so much about that.
I bet in some sweaty competitive Destiny 2 matches where people were busting out breakdancing after they killed somebody.
Hey, Maze Rage says, I'm a simple man. I don't see Shady. I donate. Please come back every week from now on and donate, because Shady has moved on and will no longer be part of the show. He had bigger and better things. So there is that.
I think he became a bouncer at the new Toys R Us that's opening up in Canada.
He could be. He could be.
I'm gonna tell y'all what happened.
Oh no!
He bought him a PlayStation. He decided to take off his skin.
Now he's locked in the crib. Now he's locked in the crib for like 6 months, and all the butter ass exclusives. That's what's happening.
Hey guys, know what's funny though?
He experienced that VR. He checked out.
You guys know when Gears 5 released in September, all of this nonsense talk about cigarettes and all that crap, all this foolishness is going to be over. Y'all know that, right? Because y'all know Gears is going to be a big game. There's a big cult following to Gears.
I saw you guys, and I'm glad you kind of spoke up on that. I've said this a number of times in the past 2 weeks. It's not about the actual cigarette. Nobody cares about nonsense, and nobody cares. Yeah. The conversation at hand, okay, that was just the stimulus. The conversation at hand was the censorship, okay? Because I understand that since Rod has taken over Gears, that he has not had it in 4 or 5. It's never been there, so it's never been taken out. But it was in prior Gears. So if you become the captain of the ship, okay, and it was in prior Gears, and you decide quietly behind the scenes to take it out, which is your right, okay? It's his show, not mine. It's his show. That is, in his form or sense, censorship to pull it out. And what I'm saying to you is next going to be we go back to the green blood like the SNES, right? Yep.
Well, that would happen more on PlayStation.
It's going to be
whatever.
Xbox.
You got to hear me out, though, okay? Because this is the topic at hand.
They were doing the censorship way before that, though. Like
they didn't do the censorship in that. They did the censorship on nudity. They didn't do it on smoking cigarettes.
Still censorship, man. You can't split apart. Well,
one of them first party.
Right there.
One of them first party.
Not all censorship is the same, right?
That's right.
We can't treat
sexual
content and nudity, especially with dealing with children and some of the anime stuff that's been posted around on Twitter that guys are up in arms on. You can't treat that the same as far as a cigarette, right? So we can't paint with a broad brush. But back to Mooch's point, this is one guy that decide, well, you know what, I don't want that, so I'm going to take that out.
It seemed like the
next game. What if he gets a wild hair up his butt and decide to tone down some of the gore, some of the blood and stuff? Again, that could be a problem.
It's not why and Dirk Gergely, I want you to take the mic back because I want
Juan Snow real quick says Borderlands is going to completely overshadow Gears 5.
That's a whole different color because that's a multiplayer. That's gonna do it.
Get out of here, buddy.
But Gergely, now that you're here and we get to talk and it's not over Twitter, do you see the point? It's not about the smoke. Nobody cares if somebody's lighting up a cigarette. It's the idea of why even bring it up, first of all? Why take it out? It was there for the first 3 and they were tremendously successful. And I'll just give you the same example I gave XBot. Sergeant Johnson in Halo is notorious for having the cigar. Do I care or change my life? No. That's a part of the game.
Listen, that's his. Okay, say move. Okay, I'm about to like use an analogy. Say you have a house that previous people lived in.
Yes.
They painted walls the colors you don't want.
Right.
Now it's your house.
That's right.
You don't like those colors anymore. Isn't it well within your right to do what you want to do?
And again, didn't I just say it is his right? But listen, if I'm painting the color of the walls inside the house, yes. If I'm painting my house on the outside, ridiculous. Now I'm affecting the neighborhood. So my point being is right. So my whole point is that, like, yes, it is his ship. He can do what he wants to do, Griggity, and I respect him. I think Rod's one of the best in the business. But realistically, it's a non-issue. It's bringing this attention that's not necessary, and we have to look at, and we have to look at censorship because we love Gears for what Gears is. It was that dark, gritty, that just like a bunch of band of brothers together fighting. Right when you're a band of brothers and you've been in war, you look at all those World War II movies, this and that, all that stuff. People smoking cigarettes, being like, "Let me get a button." This, that. It's war, right? All of a sudden now you take out the word war, you take out the cigarette. All I'm saying is, you have to ask that question, Griggity. What's next to be taken out because they feel that's offensive?
Why does it seem like every Xbox exclusive that comes out has some kind of negativity around it before it launches?
Right.
I'll tell you why.
I'm going to
tell you why. I'll answer that. I'll tell you why.
Tell us.
It's because, right, and I've said this for a long time now, Microsoft needs an outside PR team. This game, Gears, the one that everyone loves and adore, we've been playing it forever. The mere fact that they let Rod, this Rod guy, speak on something that he should have never talked about because it was already a non deal, and he created a deal out of it by tweeting that and then adding his father in it with the heart attack and stuff. Well, now it's like, look, I get it. I'm sorry that happened to you, but now you're censoring my game. And this is not how I'm feeling. This is how other people feeling. Diehard Xbox guys are feeling. Well, geez, if something like that, something is a cigarette, you have to pick and choose what you want to argue about. Do you want to talk about the cigarette that's going to potentially kill the kid or something, or do you want to talk about the blood and gore of the guy that just got stumped in the face? Like, just shut up about it. They already said.
I agree with that.
New cigarettes wasn't in the game, so why even bring this shit up?
Why were the thing? Because nobody noticed it.
Because they were. Hold on. This is what they were trying to do. They were trying to get brownie points with kind of like today's population.
With who?
Yeah.
Not having a cigarette isn't going to sell more games.
Damn, can I just finish?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm just saying, when it comes to today's culture, smoking is frowned upon. Not necessarily in the gaming community or the even smaller, way smaller part of the gaming community that we are a part of. but in culture itself, smoking is frowned upon. So they thought they were getting some brownie points. Be like, yeah, you know what? We're not having that in our games. They thought people would be like, you know what? That's an awesome idea and stuff, and it would roll positively. Now, unfortunately, that shit backfired like an '87 Buick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know why? You know why?
Hold
on, J-Dub. Hold on, J-Dub. You know why? And yes. You know why? Because their PR team is dumb. Because if you want to do that, right? If you want to milk that,
marketing is horrible. I said that.
It is. But if you want
to, need to hire me, man.
Number one, no, that shit was never even a topic. So they never should have even mentioned it.
Be a topic. They
never
brownie points and move on.
All right, no, hold on. They never should have mentioned it because it was a non-issue. Therefore, they shouldn't have mentioned it. Now, number two, if you are gonna mention it and you do want to spin it for brownie points,
Lone Star said it perfectly in the
have the one dude that smokes a cigar. I don't know who it is in Gears because to me it's not even relevant with the franchise. But have him throw the cigar or the cigarette on the floor, stomp it out, and go, "I'm putting this out like I'm putting them locusts out." Blah blah, and spin it high.
Listen, you don't have to do that, right? You don't have to do that. Keep it simple.
That was pretty good.
This is all they had to say.
That would have been fucking cool.
No, this is all they had to say. All they had to say was, "Hey guys, we partner with an esports franchise or whatever."
Nah.
I'm just y'all already roasted that worse than Ryan.
I can't agree with you, Jacob. I know where you're going.
You don't think so?
Negative. Nope. Don't even say that.
You're showing people why you're doing it, right? Obviously, you didn't partner with
then for that, just do some pro anti-smoking campaigns.
Hey, let me pay a bill real quick. Let me pay a bill real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Brap, Enrique says, Gotham guy, your deflection is counterproductive. Worry about what Microsoft is doing. When you don't do that, you hurt the brand, hold them accountable. This is a good thing because I used to, when I was like a big like pushing for Xbox when they were doing a lot of good stuff early on, game-wise, I used to say the same thing to Sony dudes. I was like, well, don't deflect it. You know, it's like same thing with Xbox guys now. Don't deflect it. Like, worry about what Xbox is doing because Microsoft are the ones that, you know, you're the big fans of. So that would be like my statement too. It's like, it doesn't do any good to go, oh, well, this person or this person said this. I used to do that growing up. I'd get in trouble and I'd go, but my brother did this. Like, they didn't care. You know, it's like, why deflect it? You know, like you're responsible for your own thing. So for me personally, I can see that type of situation. When it comes to Microsoft, they're in a very weird situation because a game like Gears, we're not the only ones that noticed the lack of marketing. I actually tweeted Aaron Greenberg and he responded basically how he always responds now to marketing, that nobody watches TV. So they're going to be mostly doing advertising by other means, and then look for a few like.
He said the advertising is going to be big as well. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, he did say he said advertising is going to be big, but that TV is outdated, and that so they're not going to be so they're not going to be. This is exactly what he said before. And again, this is Gears of War though, man. Like, I'm not the only one that noticed it. There's like people that are like, is the Gears advertising weird? Like, we're not seeing anything. They're not showing anything. Like the stuff that they are showing, the arcade mode, which is basically just a copy of Gun Game from Call of Duty. They're saying it's a big campaign. They add like emotes, and you know they basically are changing the difficulty a little bit around. Like, so with the shotgun, for instance, unless you're like a big Gears head, this stuff won't really affect you. But the shotgun goes from 8 shots to 6. There's no more active reload damage increase. So if you know, like people would do the active reload to get the damage increase and then like pop out and bow, you know, now it's no longer that. If you miss there is active reload, but it's not, you don't get an increase in damage. Now, if you miss the reload, you only get 3 shots instead of 6 and you have to reload again or whatever. So they're really kind of making it a little bit more casual. Because one thing I'll say about Gears of War, it's a very hardcore game. If you don't know what you're doing, you go in there, you're going to get slapped around, and you're not going to want to go back.
You don't know how to bounce your ass off a wall and shoot somebody with a shotgun, then you're not going to last in there. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun. Let's just be honest. It's not fun to get your butt kicked time and time again. And so there's always been this hardcore fan base for Gears, and they get really good at the game.
That's the one thing when it came to the multiplayer, the versus, that I just couldn't get into when it came to Gears. Like, I wanted a more balanced out multiplayer PvP experience, and it sounds like I might be getting more. I might get something like that with this Gears coming right now.
Well, they're trying to get people on board and to stay with the multiplayer longer than a couple months, because I think that's what the problem was with the last Gears. It like people didn't stick around, particularly on like PC.
The last Gears Horde mode was
and don't get me wrong, I think they may be doing what Xbox said. Maybe there's going to be a more fine tuning, making everything a little bit more. But here's my thing, and maybe if I'm the only one, please tell me, guys. Honestly, tell me the truth. I watched the advertisement, and I watched a bunch of footage of what they've shown on the multiplayer, and I will say this much: it looked cleaner, it looked more polished, but it looked like Gears 4 multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like it looked, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to use the line everybody uses. I'm not going to say, oh, it's just more Gears, because it is Gears of War. But my point is this: it looked like Gears 4 multiplayer polished. And
do you remember Gears 4, the tech test, and how people went in absolutely?
That was first of all, hold on,
stuff like that.
That's
so
apples and
now,
oranges. That's apples and oranges. That was 7 months before release. This is 2 months.
Looking better, but it's like, well, now it looks like Gears 4 that came out. So that means that the game when it comes out,
Xbox 3-4 days ago, I played Gears of War 4 multiplayer for a while. I had an absolute blast. I watched the commercial for 5, and I'm like, I just played that.
Yeah. To be fair, though, it's not a reboot. You know, it is an extension of Gears 4. It is the continuation of
absolutely.
The story. So we may have to wait for a Gears 6, which is probably going to be called something else. But you know, just like Japesiv said, he says Gears 6 won't have men in it. So that's
hey, they're going out of the way to show how badass Kate is, right? Here's Kate doing this. Here she is using the Hammer of Dawn. Here's Kate with blood on her face saying, "Come get some." You know what I mean? Like, come on. Here's Kate with her new Captain Marvel haircut.
I have no problem having a woman in that position.
Absolutely not.
Sure, I mean,
I have no issue with it unless it's being done
forced
with that intention of that social justice.
Shout out to Luca. Luca says, just dropping some love, Crappy. Good to see Dirt and Kratos on for some diverse opinions. Exactly the idea, man. Nobody wants a show where we're just all
crap. I actually want to ask Griggity, because I mean, I want to know honestly, because I've seen you fight in the good fight, and believe me, I've been there, Griggity. Nobody knows that.
Hold on. Game Trailer says, I will laugh that Gears 5 get a 90+ on Metacritic. I don't even know what I do. I
hope so.
I hope so.
But I mean, Griggity.
God, it does.
Where's
Griggity? That's why we're bitching and moaning.
Where's Griggity right now on Gears 5? Where's your excitement from what you've seen? Are you curious, like the rest of us, why we haven't seen gameplay of the campaign until the day it comes out? I mean, where are you on this?
Yes. I don't care for the rollout. I think the rollout is like, I don't understand the rollout really. Like, what are they doing with the rollout?
Head scratcher, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. But I would say yesterday, that trailer got me a little excited because I thought the trailer looked pretty good. I don't know how
it looked good
about it. I mean, so it made me a little bit more excited than I was, like, say 3 days ago. But
there's some hype building, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's some hype building. I believe the game is going to be awesome. That's what I believe. But this rollout, I don't understand the rollout. I really don't.
Griggity, we got a game sometime, man. I'm just saying.
Of course, brother, anytime.
Hell yeah.
Hey, just for full disclosure, Dirt Griggity has a contract already drafted up and is just waiting on the sideline.
Here we go for Enrique, because he donated.
Enrique!
Any excuse.
Why you gotta do us like that, Enrique? No.
There he goes. Carlos Torres says, in the word of the great Knox, battle turns.
Battle turns.
Go ahead, Fred.
Just a quick reminder: the tech test comes out on Friday, and if you have Game Pass, you can get it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
You can play it now, or there's
download right now.
You can pre-download it, which is actually cool. I feel like, do you remember when PlayStation Plus first launched on the PS3? One of the cool things was if you were a Plus subscriber, you get access to betas and stuff. Yeah. I feel like that's something that Microsoft could utilize with Game Pass as well. Like, I think it's cool now that you get like the Ultimate Edition and can play 4 days early.
If you're Ultimate.
Well,
yeah, like
Game Pass Ultimate.
Because selling the betas and stuff like they did with PUBG and some other games for $30 is not the way.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
I let you guys in on a little secret here from Xbox. I will let you guys know I have not upgraded to the Ultimate Game Pass yet. We are
Only
still
$1.
It's
we
a
are
dollar,
still
bro.
on standard. But the way I'm thinking, I don't know if it's for me because I'd be paying an extra $5. Maybe with the gold in there. I don't know. I just haven't.
5
I haven't
years?
pulled the trigger.
My dude,
I don't game on PC at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still got it, and I'm good to 20 May
that-
2020.
The fact that it gives you
dude,
it gives you the Ultimate Edition 4 days early is worth the extra
Right.
$1.50 in tax.
Not only that, my dude.
Cheap
You
motherfucker.
know of all people gonna be on Xbox Live, my nigga. You know you're gonna be on Xbox Live. So you know you're gonna be on there for the next 3 years. You get those 3 years for $1?
Just get it, man.
What the hell are you thinking about? There's no
Get
thinking
it.
there.
Xbox, get it, bro.
Yo, this is a dude that's got a 4K TV. Leave him alone.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just
I
got
just
no,
got it not too long ago.
but
Shout out
no,
to Yobi.
Bot, come on, my dude.
Come on, bot. Come
Seriously,
on.
get your 36 months, upgrade for $1, and you good.
I don't know about getting 36 months. It'll transfer over to the dollar after that, right?
Yes.
Because I
It'll-
don't buy
it'll-
it in big chunks. Man.
It'll lift it up.
but-
If you got a year left, right? Buy another year and then upgrade from there for $1, and you'll get all 3 years. You'll get the whole 36 months. Whatever you got now, plus the next 2 will roll over, and all of that is inclusive with that Ultimate for the same $1, and of course your Xbox Live money, because that's what they want, right? They want your Xbox Live money.
Throw that, just shove that right in there.
Well, I have to because everybody needs to understand that it's all about money, right? This is what Microsoft wants.
Last time I checked, they are a business. They're part of
they absolutely are. And that's what I tell people: stop the blind allegiance. Stop the allegiance. This ain't the sports teams. This ain't the Yanks. Let's go Yanks. This ain't the Yanks. This is you bartering your hard-earned dollar for a quality product. And every company that I pursue for their quality product has to earn the barter for my hard-earned money.
So what happens? Let me ask you this, right? You have 36 months of Game Pass.
Yes.
And we already know some publishers are going to be removing games to put into their own store that they're going to be selling.
Absolutely, they are.
On their first party.
Now you're going to be stuck with Game Pass that has first party games in it.
Yeah, but you're doing it for $1, J-Dub.
No, I get it.
That in
right?
mind.
We gotta get past
3 years for $1.
All third parties are not going to have their own store.
Knox, we got to stop with the dollar thing. That's the incentive deal, right? I get that. But when it comes down to it, it's going to be $14.99 once that runs out, and not everybody did.
That's 3 years from now.
That's 3 years for me and you, not everybody.
But everybody that's smart,
the people. Well, come on, that's not fair. No, that's not fair.
But that's a smart consumer. That's a smart consumer.
Well, I mean,
wait,
people are trying it out.
You're telling someone, okay, well, you're gonna have to spend X amount of dollars. Let's say I'm new, right? Let's say I don't have Xbox Live.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna have to spend that amount of money. And then whatever my subscription that I currently have or that I'm gonna buy, I spend $1 and that doubles it. Is that how it goes?
No. If you're brand new, what you're gonna spend is $120 for the year, or you go month to month until you see what's enticing, and then sign up, and then get lucky and hope that they offer you one of those $1 or 30 months for a year deals.
But see,
that's the way they get you.
See that's the fine print, right?
That's the way they get you. That's the ultimate. That's the bottom line.
$120. Remember, I'm new. Remember,
yes.
You're telling
me, and if you're new, you're gonna pay $120. You're new, you're gonna pay $120.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to pay $120. And then I pay another $1, and then that gets me to the 3 years or whatever. So you have to think about it that way. You have to be upfront with people and tell them what it really is.
And no, and not only that, not only $1, you got to pay for Xbox Live. So let's say
that's not included.
That's not included.
That's part of the Ultimate.
It's part of Ultimate once you pay for Xbox Live. But no matter what,
So that's
You have to-
$150.
Knox. I think everybody, guys.
You have
Let me.
to always pay for Xbox Live. Is what I'm
Knox,
saying.
I think you guys are confusing the numbers here. If I'll just real quick, okay? J-Dub's asking a question. The question is, if he's a new customer, he just took his Xbox One X out of the box, okay?
Yes.
Despite the 2 codes that come in the box for the free month, let's leave that out of it, okay? All right, he's gonna have to pay retail. This is retail, guys. I realize there's sales out there. MSRP, okay? $59.99 for Xbox Live.
Yes.
Okay, so Jay goes and gets a year of Xbox Live.
Yes.
All the dollar does is it turns whatever membership you currently have. It could be if you had an existing Game Pass or if you had Xbox Live Gold, it'll turn it into Ultimate Game Pass, which is both of them. So Jay, to answer your question, it would be $59.99 for the year plus $1 would upgrade you to getting Game Pass on PC, on console, and it includes your live. So that would be $60 plus tax. That includes your $1 plus your $59 plus tax. That's what you're paying for a year of Ultimate service.
What's
okay.
What's the total of that? So I can get the grasp of that.
Multiply by 3.
Huh?
Multiply that 69 plus $1 times plus tax times 3, and that's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's
per way to downplay it.
I'm
asking. Right?
That's for 1 year of Ultimate Game Pass is what I just explained to you if you're a new customer.
Okay, so I was just trying to get the whole cost. So when I do talk about this, I'll say, okay, if you buy Xbox, and you spend this will cover you for a year.
If you were right now to go to the store, if that $1 incentive deal is still going on, if you get home, okay, I don't know if it is still going on. If you come home, you go ahead and for $59.99, you'd get the Xbox. You get Xbox Live Gold, right? That's a year.
Okay, that's $60.
And then you go into they have the big advertisement on the front screen when they had it. You click on it for $1 extra. It upgrades you from Xbox Live Gold to Xbox Live Ultimate,
and it will extend that gold for another year.
No,
in Xbox.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does, Mooch. When you pay, listen.
Where's the other guys on the panel? It does not. Where's everybody else?
I don't think it does. I think it just extends.
It does not.
Year.
It does. I did it. That's the whole point.
I had 3. I bought 3 years. I had a year. My Xbox Live Gold. This is my situation. I had Xbox Live Gold until next June. Yes. I went to whatever it's called there. What is it? CD Keys. Yeah. I bought 2 more. I bought 2-year Xbox Live Gold for $100 on sale. I added that to my subscription. Okay, now I'm good all the way till 2022. I bought it for $1 Ultimate, and it matched the 3 years I had. It matches whatever your games with gold is. Ultimate. It didn't add another year.
It will add another year. It will also. It is called the Ultimate. Ultimate includes Live, Xbox Game Pass, and PC Game Pass. That is Ultimate. Those are the 3 things included with Ultimate. So when you upgrade your gold or your existing Game Pass with, let's say, like, I just bought my shit in March, right? Let's say, right? And I got Game Pass. If I do the gold upgrade, it will extend my Game Pass for another year because that's part of it. Part of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It
extends the other.
The Ultimate package includes Xbox Live.
Yeah,
Xbox
I see what he's
Game
saying.
Pass for console,
it extends
and
the
Xbox
other
for
subscription
PC.
that you have.
So it will extend.
Okay. Well, you didn't hear what I said. I said that.
I resets it from the beginning.
I'm just saying I was giving Jay the example. If he bought Xbox games with gold for the extra $1, he gets gold and Game Pass on PC.
But what I'm saying is, if he bought gold, if he just bought gold as a new custy, right? Let's say he bought it today. What's today's date?
7/17
of 2019, right?
Right.
If he bought it today, it would expire in 2020.
Right.
If he does the Xbox upgrade with the Ultimate, his Game Pass will expire in 2021, and he'd have it all the way through till then, as the deal stands.
I don't.
Well,
I
don't know, because I can tell you this: like, I bought.
That's the way it works. It extends it. But
like, personally, I bought enough gold to get me to 2022.
Me too.
And then when I did the $1 upgrade, it still says that it just says I have Ultimate till 2022.
2022. Yeah, it didn't add another year.
Yeah, it didn't add another year to it
because it only goes 36 months.
Yeah,
you can't.
That means you can only buy up to that. I'm telling you right now, there's no. I have a friend of mine that did it.
You can only
He would have came in jumping for joy if he got a free year. Dude.
Well, hey guys, listen. I kind of want to talk about something. I want to get Dirt involved a little bit.
Yeah,
I did. No, I did. So I kind of wanted to talk about this, okay? Because a lot of people go, well, crap. Microsoft, they're really setting themselves up. They gave up this gen so they could go all out next gen, right? And I'm like, okay, well, listen. This is what I say right now. What is Xbox going to have next gen that they didn't have this gen? Like Dirt, first of all, like if Play Anywhere, backwards compatibility, Game Pass with exclusives in it day one, the most powerful console, game gifting, and everything else didn't help Xbox. In fact, it's like at an all-time low in sales. Like Dirt, what do you think that means for Scarlett? What can they do to improve it? What do you think they can change their, like, as an Xbox fan that you are, what do you feel about Xbox? What do you feel their chances are next generation? And how come none of this stuff that they've implemented so far this gen has helped change the tide?
All right. Well, first off, they're not going to win next gen, right? But I do believe they are going to be much more competitive than this gen. What's Xbox's biggest problem? I mean, the Xbox is a good console. It's just the first-party games are the problem, obviously. So if they're trying to work on that, I know, Crap, you have your ideas that the first-party games might not be as good as we think they're going to be. They're doing some double A's instead of
Dirt. Where'd you go, Dirt? Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry. Shit.
You got kidnapped by Yoshida.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shit. Like, what did you guys hear? I don't know what
you said that I have my doubts about their first party doing stuff, which some of the studios obviously, like, I don't think anybody's super high on Undead Labs or In Exile or or Compulsion Games, right. or even what the hell is that new one that they just announced at E3?
Double Fine.
Yeah, Double Fine. I mean, like they do little little indie stuff. They're not going to do anything AAA. You know, I mean, they just look at their history. Their only big game that they've done was in 2009. Was that Jack Black game or whatever the hell that was? Yeah. Brutal Legend. That was their last big game. You know, so like, though I think everybody's like, oh, I'm not saying that those companies can't come out with decent games, but they're not going to be AAA games. You know, so. Like that's how I always look at it. And then a lot of them are sort of caught in this weird spot where they're making PS4 games right now for the next year.
Yeah, true. But that's because, okay, Crap, you say it yourself all the time. They stopped making games. They stopped making games sometime.
They did.
Generation. Okay, that's true. It's obviously true. So they stopped making games. They'll say, okay, they open up the checkbook. We're buying studios. They literally bought these studios so soon to where they were actually working on multiplats that they couldn't get out of the contract. Now I know they bought Double Fine contract or something, and they're still gonna get multiplat, but whatever. But you can see what I'm saying there.
I get it. They would have looked like bad guys if they would have not put that on PS4. It was a game that was through Kickstarter. Yeah, and like I get that, but for me personally, it's like, you know, some of these
that Shenmue PC stuff. You don't want that coming back to Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this right quick, Crap, before you say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said to you all the time, Crap, in like DMs, I said it to Kratos. This was a bad generation for Xbox. No doubt about it. Yeah. The Xbox is a good console, but this was a bad generation. From the beginning, this was a bad generation. Now, let's say PS3 was a bad generation for Sony. Wii U was a bad generation for Nintendo. They both redeemed themselves that following generation.
Yeah, but Sony redeemed themselves actually in the same generation.
Hold on. Okay, they dropped a few good.
They did too.
Hold on. No, hold on. Now the Wii U, no, they sold 13 million consoles. You can't say that.
No, I'm just saying they scrapped that after a couple of years and started over and got back on the horse. They didn't give up and change everything.
It was part of the drawing board.
Gave up everything and just decided to go to a service.
Huh? Like the Wii U? Talking about the Wii U?
No, I'm talking to
Xbox didn't give up everything and go
give up either. Right? Listen, we all know they can't wait to start the next generation, but
there's a lot that was given up. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it come together, but there has been a lot that we've given up.
They gave up second party deals. That's for damn sure.
Let's just face it. It is.
And that
This
was
is a
bad.
bad. This is a bad generation. I'm not going to fan with it.
Dirt, let me answer your question though, because I mean you've made some good points, but I think you're looking for an answer, and this is my answer to you. Okay, so you said Crap's issue is that they gave up on making first party games, and now they've answered that by going out and getting these studios we all know, and I agree with you, Dirt. But here's my problem. A handful of those newly acquired studios are making multiplats. Games take 3 to 5 years. We just waited 3 years. These games that they're making are now coming out this year, next year, the year after. Now you got to wait another 3 years. So what I'm saying to you is, even if you're excited about the newly acquired studios, you've got quite some time on your hands before you see their product.
And we've already waited.
It's very
3 years is wishful thinking with new hardware on the horizon.
Derek, go ahead. What do you mean by not necessarily?
Okay, let's break this down. Okay, Gears is about to come out. Okay, so that
Gears and Halo is coming out. We got it.
Right. Okay, Ninja Theory's doing Bleeding Edge, but they've also been working on another.
Hold on, let me put my seatbelt on. Go ahead.
They also been working on another game since
a single player
Hellblade came out. They've been working on the game since 2017. Now, not all games take 5 years.
I said 3 to 4.
Okay, Gears 5 took 3 years.
Hey,
right.
Well, they already have. I mean, they already have. The engines there, the assets.
But my point is, Ninja Theory's fine. But you've got the Outer Worlds is coming out. Okay, and I know they said they have Team 2, but if Team 1 is. But it doesn't matter. Team 2 just started, Dirk.
But that doesn't mean it's going to take 5 years, though, Mooch.
I didn't say 3 to 4.
For a AAA, 4 to 5.
I mean,
okay, what's the good number of exclusives that release, like a first party exclusives a year? 3 to 4, maybe 3, maybe.
Go listen.
A brand new one.
It depends.
You're looking like 5 years.
That's 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years.
No. Hold on. Let me rephrase that question. What is a good number of first party exclusives for
to drop per year?
Drop per year. Is it 3 or 4? What do you guys think? What's
I would say 2 to 3.
2 to 3. 2 to 3. Yes, I agree with Mooch. 2 to 3.
I would say 3 to 4.
No, you can't bank on that.
Are we talking Microsoft or are we talking Sony speak?
I think he's talking in general.
In general, 2 to 3. 2 to 3 because multiplats are going to dominate no matter what.
Absolutely.
So you have a long lineup coming out.
Being lost in the multiplats. Absolutely right. Okay, so 2 to 3. 2020, they have Halo Infinite. They have Bleeding Edge. Okay. Right?
Forza Motorsport.
Forza 8.
No, Forza's not going to. I've heard, I'm not the only one that's heard this, but Forza is not going to launch with the next Xbox. It's not going to be out till 2021.
Okay.
I could say this. You got Forza and Halo. I mean, you got Gears and Halo. Forget about Forza, right? Halo Infinite and Gears 5. Gears 5 needs to wow and impress, especially after being surrounded with all this negativity and all this bad stigma. It needs to represent, and in order to do that, it has to reinvent itself. It doesn't have to stray far from what makes Gears Gears, because then it won't be Gears.
Hey, Shogun Blade makes a good point, though. He says 2 huge bangers, though, not AA games, which he's right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you would need a Halo and a new AAA IP or something like that, and then you could release the smaller games too.
I love that. I love that. But that's not going to happen right now. That's not going to happen right now. And if we go by Microsoft's pedigree, these top-notch studios are going to pull out smaller, more consumable Game Pass AA titles. That is the direction that I think they want to head in, because that's what they're showing us.
They're all going to be like
that is what they're showing us.
One at a time.
Hey guys, hold on. Let me pay a couple bills real quick. Brian Baker says my Texas Instrument Scientific Calculator says y'all are correct. Phil's magic number, that must have been a while ago because I don't even remember that what he was talking about there. Failed Pyromancer says, I personally don't think that Microsoft will stop making multiplats with the new studios because it's only going to make the Xbox brand closer to being a profitable third-party developer. Crap, harmonica me. Here we go, baby.
Oh,
no. That's why he wanted to do that from the beginning. Harmonica right there.
Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, man.
All right, so history kind of repeats itself. We were talking about Game Pass a minute ago, and I really want to go really back deep into that topic. Remember Groove Music? how Microsoft was
what's
handing
that?
that shit out like candy. Like everybody was getting it for like you're getting a whole fucking year. You can play with Forza. They're giving that shit like candy. Guess what happened after after they did that shit? They got rid of Groove Music. So they're doing the same thing with Game Pass right now. So
but there's no competition to Game Pass like there was the Groove Music
or Game Pass Ultimate, should I say? So do you guys not think that like when I always say this shit, like I see them prepping to get out of the console party?
I've been saying that.
Hey,
bro.
Kevin Life says, "Here comes the boom."
Like keep giving everybody this fucking Game Pass and shit because they're prepping to get rid of something.
It's a transition. We're in a transitional phase now. Some people understand it, some other people don't. People still think that Microsoft will continue to invest billions and billions and billions of dollars for decades on hardware when Phil Spencer keeps telling you
none of the companies are going to do that.
None of them are though. Kratos?
Listen,
none of them.
Stop it. We need to focus on Microsoft right now, right?
I know, but if it's
Sony is not going in that direction. Nintendo is dominating at what it does. It'll be okay. Sony is dominating with it on what it's doing. Microsoft is doing something totally different. And on top of that, they have to deal with Google Stadia. They got to deal with all of the publishers who are pulling their content away from Game Pass. I
haven't seen any of them doing it yet.
Okay, you talking about the ones that's not there right now, like Ubisoft or EA? Those are the only two that had it on service. They're not there now. So what other publishers?
There will be other publishers.
Imagine if Rockstar is going to do theirs, right? So
imagine if 2K Games does that.
Yes. Listen,
come on, my dude.
2K can do that. Grand Theft Auto
they can absolutely do that. Just with Grand Theft.
Hey guys, welcome to the What If podcast.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, instead of talking about my thought is to go back to Dirt's original. He was getting into a theory here, and I wanted to hear him because honestly, to be honest with you, Dirt didn't really answer my question. He didn't get a chance to. Dirt, I was saying to you, with these newly acquired studios, okay, you stopped at Halo, and you said once Forza, you realized it was coming out in 2021. It kind of held you up. My point being is, you go through Double Fine, you look at what they got there in the Obsidian, okay, with the Outer Worlds. Those are multi-plat games. Those are games that are coming to everywhere and anywhere. Okay, what I'm saying to you is, once you see, except for Playground games in the initiative, those two there that may not, they're probably not going to go multi-plat. Those will stay just to Windows 10 and Xbox.
Games, the initiative and Ninja Theory. Like, really? Like, we can't be excited about what they have.
Xbox. Why is it when we're starting to make a rational point, everybody goes right back to the pom-poms? It's not about being excited. What I'm saying is those games are 3 years out. Yeah. I've already been waiting 3 years. How much more exciting?
Hey, I gotta say this. I was talking. Hold on, Gotham guy says I put.
You don't know that either.
Hold on, let me pay the bill.
I admit it though.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Gotham guy says I put this question to the panel. What exactly is winning the generation? More consoles were sold by Sony, yet Microsoft profited more in revenue with less sold. Sony wishes it had the same capital. Not true. Actually, PSN made more than Nintendo and Microsoft combined.
There is no matrix where Xbox trumps.
Xbox is in last place. Xbox is in last place.
Everything.
Sony wins in monthly active users. Sony wins in paid people for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's that?
Now, I actually stole this from like the real master. I know J-Dub know like who he is. Sony is winning, what is it, 2.5 to 1, pretty much 2 to 1.
I think it's like 100 million. I think it's 100 million consoles to 38 million, something like that.
2 to 1.
Okay, let's talk numbers because PlayStation guys like to talk numbers. If they're winning 2 to 1 as far as consoles sold and PSN Plus and all that stuff,
remember, a billion games sold.
Why aren't they making 2 to 1 money over Xbox? I mean, they're making more, but it's not 2 to 1. Why is that? Is it Xbox services?
I'm going to tell you why, right? They're making the money, but they're investing it back in the actual ecosystem, in the actual stuff. They got VR division that they got to take care of. They got all these first party, second party, and multi-plat theme consoles,
so Xbox just added
and marketing deals, and all of
employees, but they're not investing. Right?
It seems like no. Listen, Microsoft is investing
raw profit before reinvestment.
But what they're investing in, right? Think about
profit before reinvestment.
Think about it. They're investing in stress and distressed studios, A lot of them are small. They're doing it like a 2-for-1 sale, and they're going to try to eventually over time build them up. But
I'm sorry,
let's not act like they're spending billions of dollars.
The difference is this. Dirt. This is the difference, bro. That if Sony continues what they're doing going forward and Microsoft continues what they're doing going forward, Microsoft's fan base, consumer base will dwindle, and Sony's will continue to grow.
Hey, that's
ultimately what's going to happen.
I was talking to the voice of reason.
They make money off loyalists.
I was talking.
You're asking how Xbox makes this money? They make this money off loyalists.
The ones that, I just had an argument with somebody on Twitter yesterday who said exclusives don't matter.
Exactly. They make money off loyalists.
You have people that say
that just want to stick to their brand. They want to have such devout brand loyalty.
They put xCloud in their name on Twitter. It's like you look at it and you're like,
how dare they?
I'm just saying this is true.
What are you saying, Dirt? What are you saying?
I said ignore those folks. Exclusives definitely matter.
Exactly. See, thank you for being reasonable. So I was talking to the voice of reason. Some of you guys know who that is. We were talking back and forth, and he was like, I watch you guys. It's fun. Microsoft from the start pretended to be a console. They are now just being what they are, and that's all the confusion and hate. Sony is hardware and software. Nintendo is more so. I just think about 20 years from now, who will have hardware and great software? Nintendo is definite. Sony is strong possibility, and Microsoft is definitely not. So the right there is now all you need to know. It's a slow burn of hardcore for the Microsoft loyalists who changed along with Microsoft. See, I get called a flip-flopper, but Mooch put it in perspective. I didn't flip-flop. I've always been about great games. Microsoft flip-flop. They went from games to services, and then people want to call me out for it.
Evolution.
Exactly. So he goes, they just hid for who they are for 2 gens, that's all. And the company doesn't want to be in hardware. They make Surface and still have to concede to their other partners. The console market is not changing, it's evolving. Microsoft wants it to change to what they want. Sony is letting it evolve and morphing along with it while keeping their strategy. Only one that wants no hardware and all services, Microsoft. Why? They want it to change. Nintendo and Sony wanted to evolve while staying true to its core. Plus, they both value hardware as well as software. So that to me, like when I see this guy, and like you guys probably know who it is, it's not really a secret, but really level-headed voice of reason. And he's basically saying it. A lot of Xbox dudes will go, and Xbox might be one of them, will go, wait till Sony's going to really pump streaming. They're really going to start advertising. It's like, why would they? They're dominating software. They're dominating hardware. Keep that stuff coming in the background, and you're going to do all three.
Said that, and the reason why I've said that, they are not ready to do it right now, but as soon as they are ready to, when you brought in your platform and include multiple devices, but still dictate on your platform what can and can't go in and stuff like that, it's still your platform, and it is more profitable even than what Sony did this generation. And if you look at it, PlayStation is the backbone of that corporation right now, and they want it to make the most money it possibly can. They will go into streaming like that. I guarantee it.
And
they've already gone into streaming.
Nobody
said like that. I didn't say your little, you can stream inside your house and find a back door to it.
They'll do it. They'll do it like that. You're absolutely right. But they're not going to neglect their other fucking customer base at the same time. That's what Microsoft does.
No, they'll completely switch their narrative as soon as they're ready.
My dude, why? Because what? Because that's part of their practice, not Microsoft's though, right?
I'm not talking about
why would Sony give up? Why would Sony give up on?
They're not. They're not going to give up.
Why would Sony give up on 150 million or more people? Yeah, like it makes no sense. Go ahead.
Now, I remember early in the generation. I've been rocking out with you and Mooch and Z and all that for a long time. I remember earlier in the generation, it was mostly still about physical, and I remember
Dirt
is digital initially.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
I would say at first, I remember hello?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. We hear you.
Right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Earlier in the generation, I vividly remember you saying you was kind of against digital.
Yeah.
Right?
I was against digital until I saw it as a solid that I could do with my brother when we game share.
Okay.
So I mean, it was more like I have no problem with like I'll still get physical, like on the exclusives. Like most of my PlayStation collection is physical, and my Switch collection is 100% physical, except for Smash Brothers, which I mooched. So yeah, so like for my, I still like to be physical when I can, but if I'm, I was doing the game sharing thing, and it did make sense, to get all those games and then just kind of like hoard them to myself. So I still feel like that, but I still feel like if you have digital, you at least, you can set your thing offline and play them. Like, and with a streaming situation or setup like that, you can't play anything. So, that's what sort of kind of detracts me from that whole situation. Real quick, Next Doc says, stop defending Xbox's directions. Last gen Sony was taking massive losses with the PS3 and had to sell buildings to save the brand. So Sony doubled down on games and closed the 7th gen strong. Xbox quit on us. And then people get pissed off when you call them out for that, right? So he's right. Sony put out so many exclusives. I thought Microsoft would do that. I was like, the only way Microsoft is going to compete is they're going to have to come out with exclusive after exclusive. Microsoft went the other way, cut funding to everything, right? Mm-hmm. When you think about this, Sea of Thieves started production in 2014. They announced it in 2015. And that was the last AAA exclusive announcement we got.
And crap. They cut it and told you that that's what you wanted.
Yep.
They cut it and told you that's what you want. We're doing this because this is what you want.
Yeah.
And they've managed to manipulate
people at that point in time. Hold on, gamers at that point in time, especially on Xbox, because of what was going on with the whole power narrative, wanted a more powerful console. That's where the money went. In their budget, under the corporation that is Microsoft, the division Xbox has a budget, and that's where they put it, because at that point in time, that is what Xbox gamers said they wanted. They got tired of hearing 180p.
That 180p, like I always say, is only relevant. The whole, the Polygon Gate or whatever the hell it's called, right? That whole shit. But listen, real quick, and then y'all could take the floor. That whole thing only happened because the inferior console was $100 more with a peripheral that nobody wanted.
Right.
And that is what caused the my dude. I guarantee you. I'm just saying.
Hindsight is always 2020.
No, my dude. No, because
it's always.
Quantum Break came out in 2016, and people were still talking about 720p. Man, don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Listen, if
still Microsoft's fault. It's still
if that one game caused this whole rift, then that means that the base and everything that Microsoft is doing is going to fail anyway.
Okay, let me ask you this then, J-Dub. Let me ask you this now.
Go ahead.
Hypothetically, say that Microsoft didn't do the Xbox One X. They stuck with the Xbox One S, right? And they made more exclusive games.
Yes.
What would have been the chatter in this community?
At the end of the day,
it would have been that game.
No, listen. Let me tell you what's happening, right? I'll give you an example. That's already happened. You see that console over there that's selling like hotcakes called the Nintendo Switch?
Mm-hmm.
That the Wii U fell, they came out with the Switch. Yep. It's the world's weakest console. And that thing is selling better, faster, and more.
I didn't say nothing about sales. I didn't say nothing about sales. I said what would have been a chatter
about.
Well, nobody talks about the weakness really of the Switch. I mean, it does like.
They don't talk about it all the time.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but hold on, let me pay some bills real quick. Failed Powermancer says Microsoft changed their definition of success with the Xbox out of desperation. Sony doesn't ever have to go the streaming when they're number one. I think they'll do streaming to complement what they do. Shogun Blade Z says 448 needs to tag in El Mega for help ASAP.
Yo, brother, I appreciate it, but I'm doing fine on my own, man. I'm doing good. I'm bringing that common sense, brother.
Fine, man.
Hey, listen.
It's sad that look, I got like long-term Xbox fans, guys, that now tweet me with jokes, right? Like this guy, he's like, Gamescom hype, Microsoft is teasing a big reveal, and he's like, hold on. He's like, what could it be? It's a new controller, or maybe it's a new scent of body wash. Like, why is it that Xbox that we can't get hyped up about anything now, bot? Like,
we keep getting fucking let down.
Exactly. Like, we literally like when Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'll give it that
like how many times?
I
Like,
still
how many?
get hyped up, man. Why
I get excited for this stuff.
Affect you, yo?
Hey, I get excited for this stuff, man, and then you get smacked in the face with a rolled up newspaper. That's what Phil Spencer does. He's like, man, where is Phil Spencer, by the way? That dude is gone. You don't see his ass on Twitter anymore. Like, he won't say shit. Like, they are literally like him and Mikey Barra, by the way. He won't even say the word Xbox on Twitter. He says, download this on PC and and console. Right? Dude, you can't say Xbox.
Hey,
I told you
I'm
the
the
transition.
guy.
Crap, it's the big transition. It was all part of the when Phil got that bump in promotion. His only task was to spin it over
to PC,
transition it over to PC, and all digital services, all cloud stuff, and then move it on.
Yeah. Sadly, you know, I mean, you're kind of right. Listen, if they should have done more at E3. I know that people are like, they got to hold some stuff back. Sony's going to come out with so much shit next year and announce it because they're not afraid to announce stuff 3 years out. And that's going to get people excited. Yeah. At this particular point, while I'm normally against announcing stuff so far out, when you haven't announced squat in 5 years, Microsoft, you better get on the boat. You better announce shit that's 10 years out. I don't care, man. Do it. Bethesda, they announced Starfield ain't even being worked on yet, or Elder Scrolls 8, right?
Like, I agree with you on that one. They do got to announce games a little bit earlier than they have in the
little bit. Nah, they have to. That whole 18-month thing needs to go.
They got to do that. They got to do that.
Listen, Mooch said it perfectly.
Go get your second party deals back. Go get your second party deals back.
Mooch said it perfectly earlier when he said, okay, I've already been waiting 3 years.
Right.
Now you're gonna try to sell me another $500-$600 console, and then tell me I'm gonna have to wait another 3 years after that before I get the good.
I gotta wait. And people, we went through.
That launch lineup gonna be fire though.
We did a ton of shows where we did E3 predictions. Okay, and Griggity, I know you listened. Okay, and one of the things I said over and over again, 3 months before E3 even came about, I said all I'm looking for is two. I originally asked for 2 new IP from Xbox, and I said, give me 1, right? We didn't get any.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what I'm saying, and Griggity, honestly, I'm honestly really, really glad you're here because you've been with us for the long haul, man. I feel like I've known you for my whole life, right? My point being is that when you say, is there any more Xbox guys in the community? Okay, I actually want to flip that. I want to go Superman 2 on you and flip the scene at the end. Okay, I want to say, what's got you amped for Xbox for the next 3-4 years?
Please,
and do not say Halo, and do not say Gear.
No, you can't say don't say Halo or Gear.
The question is not for Xbox.
No.
Xbox. I want to hear what they're agreeing. I know Halo's.
Hey, while we wait for his answer with bated breath, everybody hit like because there's like 600 people watching, 100 likes. Let's get 200. Like, if all you people hit that like button,
I'll get it, man. I'll make X and Griggity.
Mooch's question was about next year, right, Mooch? Starting next year?
It's next generation. My question is, Griggity, if you want to throw in Halo, you throw it in.
Yes.
So
don't bar him from.
Tell you, me first off, I've been a diehard Xbox guy since 2001.
Right?
I hear that. I'm
not J-Dub. I rock with Sony also.
I know.
I'm a diehard Xbox guy. So why I'm hyped for next generation is because maybe I'm just a delusional Xbot. No offense, Xbox. Maybe I'm just
brother. Come on home, man.
I feel that it can't get any worse, right? They're going to be better next generation. I'm still going to get his PS5. I'm going to enjoy their exclusives. But at the core, I am just an Xbox guy. I prefer everything Xbox. I just do. I guess I can't flip-flop like that. I mean, maybe there's a point where I will flip-flop if things stay bad, but just like a sports team.
Derek Griggity. Let me ask you a question, though. Would you, you're on the hot seat real quick. From 2013, 2014, the Xbox that was on stage at E3, the Xbox that you loved and adored, and we all did, right?
Right.
Would you say that's the exact same Xbox that's in command and control right now?
No.
Okay, so is it safe for me to say that Xbox flip-flopped?
They're different. Yes, they are different.
So is it also safe for me to say that if they can change, anyone can change?
Was this a Rocky IV Mooch?
No, I'm trying to say to you that and Griggity, like I said, much respect. But if you're on Twitter saying, how come these guys are doing this and that? I'm trying to show you the point that we didn't do this and that. We're reacting to their this and that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Dirt, is, and I try to, I always try to get you to understand. If you have, a lot of these people have spent thousands of dollars on Xbox this generation, with 3-4 Xboxes, iterations of Xbox this generation. Now it's going to be 2020. Now you're telling people, hey, I know you've bought 5 Xboxes previously, but this time I really mean it. I really want you to buy an Xbox this time.
I can't do it.
And we have to sit there and have that faith again after you've give 6 years of your life waiting for E3s, right? Remember, I got the list. This E3 is going to be the best. This is going to be the best.
The most exclusives ever. The best Xbox lineup in the history.
Wait. Now, next generation with the Scarlet, right? With the Scarlet. Let's just say it's going to be the world's most powerful console again.
Why are we signing off on what Phil said?
You got to take away the exclusives. You got to take away the big AAA blockbusters that they're not focusing on anymore. It's less stuff. And now they're selling you an Xbox One SAD edition. So there's probably going to be a Scarlet SAD edition.
They're selling it to somebody that doesn't have an Xbox.
No, listen, let
me say this, Bill, real quick. El Matador
offering you.
El Matador 809 says Sony will have a 2-hour China Joy event on August 1st. So they are they do this initiative where they do these Chinese developed games. Yeah. So they are going to hold some kind of event there, which I think is pretty cool. Like Microsoft, I think they started bringing over some games from there as well, because I guess you're not allowed to do much. Yeah, like Candle. That was actually a pretty decent little platformer. But again, Microsoft Store is so inundated with these bad indies that it's hard to tell the good ones. It's just like me and Mooch could make a game and put it on there and get it published. Literally, it's ridiculous.
Griggity, I understand your point.
Yeah. Griggity, that's why I asked you that question. I want you to take the mic. Wait, what has got you at this point not in the exact same situation we are in, because we were all on the same car together in 2013.
Right. Let me tell you this. First of all, Xbox is not flawless. I've already said how this is a bad generation for them, but I am just a guy that prefers Xbox. Like the stuff that bother you guys doesn't bother me as bad. Like you guys say, there's no more exclusives technically. I don't care. I just want to play games how I want to play them.
Listen, hey Dirt, I listen. I don't care that their games are on PC or they're going to be streaming, right? I think there would be a point. I know, but there would be a point where I'd care if they were on PlayStation. Right, like at that point, I would super care, because what's the point of an Xbox? My point is this:
you prefer the ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. I actually prefer the Xbox ecosystem.
Mooch, the problem is opinion. Let him.
I know. Hold on, just let me say something real quick.
Coming in with that, I hear that. But
when I play Xbox games online right now, like a Gears or a Call of Duty, I end up playing against the same people now. That's new to me. I'm not used to that. When I played on Xbox 360, I never played against the same people. Like the online aspect of Xbox Live, the console itself, no wonder they're pushing crossplay. Nobody playing the Xbox, right? If you look at Nitro Kart, over 1 million connected people now on PS4. It's a ghost town on Xbox Live. And my fear is Scarlett's going to do so bad, nobody's going to have that damn console. When you go to boot up Xbox Live, you're not going to have a choice but to enable crossplay with PC and mouse and keyboard and somebody on a tablet using a touch screen. And that's not fun to me. So while I prefer Xbox Live, I can see why they're pushing the crossplay stuff. Is because nobody's buying their console, and there's not going to be enough people on there to fully support an ecosystem. So you're going to have that, right? And that's a concern of mine. Right.
All right.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Stop 6 Doc says I'm leaning towards PS5 for next year unless Xbox can show me something. Hit that like button. I agree 100%. Hit the like button. Now go ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah. Now Dirt. Try to finish. Okay. What you are excited about.
Tell us, man. Tell us.
I know Moose uses the analogies all the time. Sports analogies, mostly food analogies, but sports, right?
Yes. Facts.
I mentioned this when I used to call M&C all the time. I've been a lifelong Detroit Lion fan, right?
That's right.
I just can't cut off my love for the Detroit Lions because of shit.
Yeah, right? Dirt. He suffers from Helsinki syndrome.
Whatever it is,
he can't help but to stick with the losers.
I just can't cut off my love for the Detroit Lions or the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
Crap loves the Baltimore Ravens. He just can't cut off his love. I mean, they have bad seasons. They have bad times. what we do, we sit there, we wait for the draft, we wait for free agency, we see what they're going to do. You might call us fools because we love our teams, but at the end of the day, Xbox, I'm just an Xbox guy. We're all passionate gamers. If we're doing podcasts, we're listening to podcasts, we're all passionate gamers, right? Mm-hmm. Xbox is my console of choice. At the same time, I literally I love the PlayStation. The PS4, I will admit, it's a better console than Xbox this generation. This
PS4 is the New York Yankees, baby.
That's brother. Right there. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But at the end of the day, I like what I like.
I will say this though, Dirt. I mean, and don't get me wrong. That was there's a couple of things there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Mets fan, so where you're having a problem with the Lions, I've had a problem with the Mets for a long time. Hear me out. So I'm with you on that. But the sports analogy in this case doesn't necessarily hold true because a lot of time, not everybody. Some people say, no, that's not true. I didn't live. But it's generally where you live, right? So your allegiance is to your town, your city, your state. I get it. In this case here, what happened and a lot of people didn't like what Microsoft pitched in 2013. I personally did. Yeah. And that's when I did. I love the Kinect. I like the idea, not DRM, the theory behind it where they own your stuff, not that evil side of it, but I like the idea that I was going to be able to have 10 games shared with family, friends, this, that. I like their pitch. I like the idea that TV streamed through. So while I'm watching TV, I can be connected with my community and my friends, right? I loved all that where other people didn't like that. That's where I'm with you through and through. But what I'm saying to you right now is that what you just said was, I'm loyal. So I'm just going to sit here and wait with my hands folded until they deliver. Why? You work very hard all day. If you want to come home and enjoy a game,
he's playing both platforms, though, man.
Hey,
Mr. Yeah, but wait. But that's not you guys you're leapfrogging discussion points, okay? I understand. I'm playing both consoles too. I'm primarily still on Xbox. But what I'm trying to say to you though right now is, you said, "Where's this all coming about?" on Twitter. How could this have happened? So when we explain it to you, and then we say, "Well, what are you going to do?" You're like, "I'm just going to sit here and wait patiently."
There is a huge narrative going on right now in the gaming community that we are a part of. At the end of the day, like for me, what I'm excited
right, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
It's about to be a damn monopoly.
I remember prior to E3, at least 2 to 3 months before E3. All of my Xbox friends saying, "Yeah, Xbox, Microsoft, they better bring it this E3. This is the last chance I'm going to give them. They better bring it on E3. They better show me at least 1 or 2 brand new exclusives and brand new." Come on, Dirty. You know exactly.
Exactly. Hold on, Mister. Let me pay a bill. Mr. Twister says, "Not a religion. Go where games are. Why waste years?" You know what? I agree to this. Hey, go where there's games. If you guys want games, play the games, man. Like I've been saying this. I saw so many people buying PlayStation 4s over the Prime days. Everybody was having deals because they want to match the Prime deals and stuff. And that's where competition is great. Don't you guys see? Right? Competition is great because of this. If Microsoft throws in the towel and doesn't give a shit, then we lose that competition.
Xbox One X sell out as well.
I don't know if Xbox One X sold out, but I know that the Pro
discontinued to it.
No, yeah, there were some Xbox One X sales, that went down, but nowhere near the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. Nowhere near. The SAD did sell out, but it was.
I mean, they were giving that thing away. There was this deal that I saw, the SAD edition and a Switch for $400.
Then the Slim.
One thing I want to tell, one thing I just want to tell you guys on the panel.
Not that shit matters.
You guys don't know my history. When it comes down to it, I've never been like when the PS2 was out. I was a Dreamcast and Xbox One guy. I was on the Nintendo 64. I never really gravitated towards what they call the number one console. It never really bothered me. The platform where I
always choose the losers, right? You always choose.
No. I only chose where I had fun, and I invested in that ecosystem. Like I'm not here trying to win a talent contest or a beauty contest, and I'm not here looking for number one. I'm looking for certain things within gaming that. When it comes to this generation in Xbox, people can talk about, what have you done for me lately? I am the type of gamer that I remember all the fun I've had throughout this generation. When people were talking about certain things like resolution, I was actually playing games and enjoying them and stuff like that. I'm not going to toss out how many years of gaming this generation and just be like, you know what? Xbox One, throw it under the bus. What the hell are they doing? I'm not going to do that.
I mean, and that's fine. Look, everybody can enjoy what they want.
Kind of like on Bird Box, man. You got the blindfold on you around you, and you don't want to see.
Brother, what you don't want to see is the number one Sony exclusives this generation are all basically the same. They're all basically the same.
They are great. They have very high Metacritic.
Where is
critically acclaimed game of the year?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Metacritic and being acclaimed and all that stuff. What I'm saying is, where is that top of the line first person shooter? You got the whole third person story narrative.
Well, hold on,
Bot.
It looks like Guerrilla Games has 2 teams and they're making a first person shooter with multiplayer. The Last of Us, I guess from what Mooch and everybody says, has really dope multiplayer.
Yep.
So
everybody multiplayer.
Yeah, so I mean, look, you can't even get into a Crackdown game. There's nobody playing it. You know,
that's a fact because I actually tried to.
I did too, man. I was like, let me try this new Crackdown multiplayer, and then nope, dead DOA. That big thing that
hundreds of hours.
That thing that they promised us like from the beginning with the launch just was all BS, man. It didn't work right. So that's why I'm a little bit dubious of some of the other stuff they did. Something that really struck me as odd was today. I guess Playground Games released a video.
I gotta show that. I'm sorry, that is hilarious right there in the chat. They say I hate a certain type of people now in the chat.
Oh yeah, I just seen it.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I mean,
my bad, crap. Keep going, man.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. Playground Games released a video showcasing their new studio, right? So we all assumed that this game, this Fable that they're working on, has been in the works for years, and but they just opened a second studio in April of this year, and they only have 60 employees there. They say that they're trying to get to 200. But the thing that I would question is, this has been an open secret for 2.5-3 years or whatever, and so maybe this thing might be further away than we thought. Could we be looking at a Fable in like 2023?
Why would they be trying to get to 200?
They're trying to get to 200.
Charity, I don't understand.
They're trying to get to 200 people, 200 employees at that. They only have 60.
But don't we got didn't they just acquire 7 million AAA studios?
They did, but this is specifically Playground Games' second studio. So do you guys think that this is possibly a game that's further behind than we thought? Or
here's an ideal for you, crap. I mean, I know we keep saying that, hold on. We do this shit all the time when it comes to Xbox. We think we know something and then we don't know. We sit here and we say, oh, we know they're working on Fable. What if they're not working on Fable? What if it's another studio?
I would be shocked, to be honest.
I would be too, but you can't rule out that possibility because we sit here and we think we know it's them working on Fable.
And that's why I tried this on next podcast.
My thing ain't what about if they're working on it? My thing is, why are they asking for handouts? Why they're like, hey, we need 60 more. We need 60 more.
They need 140 more.
Yeah, we need
a shitload of studios that closed down recently in the last couple of years.
Who wants to make a game here?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're on this big hiring spree, why wouldn't they have the people they need? Obviously, a lot of people are getting laid off and things like that. Hold on, Ned Flanders.
I just think it's possible for them to be working on another game.
Hey, it is. Listen,
that's an open world game and have someone else working on Fable. Or maybe we're not getting a fucking Fable.
I mean, I think we are. From what I understand.
Okay, I don't care if we don't get a Fable.
From
if they cancel that shit again.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Get some dope new shit. I don't care.
That would be funny. You know what? To me though, check this out. So supposedly, again, competition is great. When Horizon Zero Dawn did super numbers. That gave Phil Spencer the brilliant idea to bring Fable back. Maybe we could do something like that. Well, no shit. We've only all been asking for we've all only been asking for a big single player RPG for years. There's more than life and gaming than just multiplayer and loot boxes
from Microsoft, right? Think of all the games that we've all in this chat, in this podcast right now, we've all asked for. That we've asked for, right? That we wanted them to bring back or make. We've got none of them, right?
Yeah.
We get Phantom Dust.
with original assets.
Why didn't
we get shit like that.
Why didn't they reinvent like Myth?
Don't bring up Zoo Tycoon. Crap, please don't bring that up.
Here's the thing. Like, this is kind of like
I had fun with that game with my kids, yo.
This is kind of the issue that I bring up. Microsoft literally stopped investing any money into. They not only canceled all of those games, but they stopped investing money for 3 years. And now in 2018, in 2019, they decide, hey, we're finally decided that we're going to spend some money and start back investing. And people treat it like it's the next coming of Jesus. You're only fixing what you didn't do three years prior. Sure. So you don't get credit for something that you should have been doing 3 years ago.
We're not giving them. I mean, I'm not giving them credit. I'm just happy about it.
I see some guys out there saying, what do you expect from them? They've invested all this money. They're investing. They bought all these studios. It's like they're just trying to fix.
That's unacceptable for like what happened this generation with them stop making games for years. That's unacceptable. But at the same time, I mean, I'm happy that they are investing, and I know it's going to take a little time, but
the other way that they could stop all this nonsense is they could have showed something.
Show some shit. Yes.
Because if you showed something, and I'm not talking about gameplay, like, Mooch, give him some time. I got it, dude. I get it. But what I'm trying to say is that show something. Even if they had a very, very small CGI clip of what the game could be, right? Then the president of that studio comes out on stage at E3 and talks about it with stills behind him, just still slides behind him, and say, this is our concept. This is what our team envisions. This is the art direction that we want to take things forward, and we want to bring you on this adventure with us. Guess what? Every single podcast since E3 changes. Every one of them. But the fact that they don't show us anything, the fact that you take what Jay said into consideration that we're giving them credit today for what they were supposed to do 3 years ago, and then you add in the fact that we've bought a new powerful console in the X in 2017, and now we're going to go buy a more powerful one in 2020 with the same amount of games in our library. These are all things that compile over time that leave fans frustrated. And I mean, that's when, Dirt, I think that's the best way I could have possibly answered your questions the past few weeks on Twitter, is that's where you see a bit of the frustration. I'm not saying they need to do this. They have already done their due diligence to go and acquire these people. They've already done their due diligence to say that they're going to give us the hardware. We've already addressed all that. Now show something. I'm not even telling them how to show it. That's their business, not mine. But show something. Nintendo, 3 directs ago, showed Metroid 4 in a cloud of smoke. And people are still clapping right now. They're still clapping. We're like, sit down. Will you please sit down? They just showed the name. No, I'm still going to, the hype, the excitement. It gives you that reason. So when I said to you, hey, Dirt, tell me real quick, why are you amped about next generation? You would have actually sit people down if you had some actual games to talk about. But what do you say? I have my allegiance. This is what I do. I'm a man of my word. So I'm going to sit here and wait. And let me tell you something. That's fine. But that doesn't hold for everybody when you've been waiting since 2015.
But brother, Dirt, if at the end of the day, if you are an excited Halo fan, if you are an excited Gears fan, if you get into Forza, the exclusives that they do have, that people do kind of bash. Well, what else and all that good stuff. If you're excited about the development teams that we got, like Ninja Theory, Obsidian, and stuff like that, that will be making games on this platform, I want to tell you personally, gamer to gamer, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. Keep going.
Nobody said there's anything wrong with that.
I'm just giving you encouragement.
Listen to me.
Out there on social media, man.
Xbox, the things that I'm looking forward to in the PlayStation for the future has nothing to do with Uncharted. It has nothing to do with God of War. Okay.
Until they come out with another Uncharted or God of War.
Well, but that's sprinkled in between Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man,
which
Days Gone,
like you've got
Detroit.
50 hours in that
Spider-Man
shit.
2.
So what I'm saying to you is, you're missing my point, Xbox. When you go to any favorite restaurant or any favorite anything you have, they have what they call their pillars. Okay, Halo and Gears is. Yeah, but you also go there for the fixings in between, man.
No,
I mean, come on.
Really, there's Luciano's in Clinton, Connecticut.
You can get a hamburger at Burger King and you can get a hamburger at McDonald's, but people will tell you they'll go for the fries.
I enjoy the salad, but the
All right,
seafood
come on.
platter is what I go for.
You're getting into croutons. Take it easy. My point is right. What I'm trying to say to you is that people take the extra trip to McDonald's for the fries. It's the sprinkled in shit. Okay.
But me personally, I'm not a blind Xbox fanboy. I enjoy all of those games.
So do I.
I'm so okay. So at the end of the day,
but we haven't enjoyed any of those games since the last Halo, right? Or last Gears 4.
Yeah, right.
There's the pillar.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with that. They haven't. Listen, I agree with that. They haven't had great games this generation. But what I'm saying is that you guys are saying the hell with Xbox is all about the PlayStation life. I'm saying, okay,
I'm not saying that.
Xbox has let me down, but I'm gonna stay on Xbox. At the same time, I'm still playing PlayStation games.
I'm still gonna buy. Listen, I'm still gonna buy a Scarlet for day one. My thing about it is this, though, that you don't understand is that.
Hey, Mooch, hold on to that for 1 second because these are going by fast. Carlos says, "Damn, bot, soon you won't be gaming no more. All the systems you like die out." Top Dog, he's right. Hold on. I still have mine sitting right here. Top Dog says Xbox fans need to grow up and just let Microsoft go. They've done nothing for you. And Beyond Wisdom says Mooch on fire.
I mean, I just, and like I said, Dirt makes a good point. Xbox makes a good point. I'm not saying that no one's really made any illegitimate discussion points. But what I'm saying to you is that Dirt, you're sitting here saying we're saying this, we're saying that. That's not what we're saying. I think you're hearing one or two narratives, and then you're just grouping people.
Okay.
So, I mean, right?
Maybe you're right about that.
So the other thing about it is that I think that
I'm excited for Battletoads. I get kind of laughed at and everything.
No, you can listen.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
when
man.
I talk about Bleeding Edge, being that I am a Kung Fu Chaos fanatic, and this game, is very reminiscent of that game back on the OG Xbox, and I'm excited for that. And I think that a lot of people, if they give it a chance, might get excited for it as well. You know what I'm saying? But this heavy narrative, just
like Crackdown 3.
I mean, we can estimate all we want, and I know this is a talk show. This is, it's part of it. But at the end of the day, there are things to look at down the road with Xbox. Like, damn, I wonder how good that's going to be, man.
But the thing is, and that's the difference, though, Xbox, and that's what I didn't get a chance to finish. I'm like, it's not that necessarily. What I want to say is that you could say I look down the road at Xbox and I wonder, but what I do when I look down the road at PlayStation is I see.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They have Sony's going to announce.
Wonder.
They're going to announce. They're going to announce so much stuff next year. Microsoft is going to have to really be on the ball. Like Microsoft could have wasted this whole year. Or they could have had all the hype. They could have been like, here, we're coming out with Scarlet, and here's Halo running on Scarlet spec. Here's Fable teaser, and the next 5 games we show are running on Scarlet. Like that could have pumped people up. Instead, what did we get? We got nothing. And that's what people are going to remember going forward. Like Flight Simulator. Here you guys go. Here's a Age of Empires game that you guys can't play. Everybody thought that Gears Tactics would get announced for Xbox. Nope. Because they're trying to win over PC guys. That's a PC game.
Let me ask you this. Mooch.
Yeah,
so
go ahead, Dirt.
If Xbox announces more games coming,
yes,
you are okay.
You know what I wanted, Dirt?
I would have been on multiple shows. I would have rubbed a few more games.
I would have rubbed mayonnaise all over myself on camera if Microsoft would have announced Fable and one new AAA IP. That's all I fucking wanted. Right. After 5 years, Fable and one new AAA IP with a single player element. It can have multiplayer, but have something single player.
Dirt. The thing about it is it's not what I wanted to see. I know you. Ever meeting you, I know that's what you wanted as well.
Absolutely. I did a rant video, on my channel about E3, and a couple guys, like one guy in particular, broke up with my channel. He said, I don't want to watch this channel anymore. He literally broke up with my channel. And but yeah, I was a little frustrated.
That's how it is sometimes. But I mean, but realistically, I think that's I'm really glad you did come on the show tonight, Dirt, because to be honest with you, I saw your questions and I know that deep down inside, I actually think you, believe it or not, feel very similar to everybody on the panel. And I mean, even Xbox got that
after we get off here.
He's like, thanks for the praise, but you're wrong.
He's like, no.
But yeah, guys, I love the fact that in the chat people are talking like Bambi Simulator and stuff like that. When a couple years ago PlayStation came out with this thing where it looked like a bunch of sperm were flying around and creating a bigger tail, and people were going nuts over it. But now Bambi Simulator and everybody's making fun of it. That is
wait. Listen.
That's hilarious, man.
Here's the huge difference, right? People are actually excited for what PlayStation have, what they've shown, what they have yet to come, and what the future is, because they know they're going to get sequels to games that they love and adore this generation, and they know they're going to get a bunch of new stuff. Yeah. They know they're going to get a sequel to the VR. It's just so much.
It looks like a wireless headset too, by the way.
Yeah, so, wireless headset, higher resolution screen.
Yeah,
all of that. All of this investment from a company that is broke, from a company that was selling buildings just to survive. Right? It shows the struggle, the David versus Goliath fight and battle that had to go. We want that same fight with Microsoft, but they don't even have. They're the world's richest company, and the best they could give us is a game that looked like Battletoads or Bambi Simulator. We want to see the big, over-the-top, blockbuster, AAA games, not just whittle us down and tell us, look, you got Game Pass, so shut up. You only paid $1 for it, so stop complaining. This is the attitude I think we're getting.
Like you want that big over-the-top?
It is, but again, Xbox, do you not understand how people would be like, Gears is fine, but wouldn't it have been great to get another AAA in between that?
It would.
Like a really good one, something they put money into.
See, my whole thing is they invested on studios. You can talk about the studios whatever you want, but if Double Fine was bought up by PlayStation, I can almost, and this is a hypothetical, so I can't say either way definitely. I can almost guarantee you people will be like, "Yo, damn, that was an awesome pickup."
I can guarantee I wouldn't.
They're gonna let them grow. They're gonna let them expand. They're gonna do bigger things. Like you're not listening. Caught up by Xbox. Like, yo,
obviously you're not listening to Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer's own words is, we are targeting and focusing on indie and AA games because we can get them in Game Pass quickly. We're looking to release about 4 games a year. That's his words.
They did say
that's his own words. Even you're ignoring Phil Spencer's words.
Matt Booty said
his own words.
He said it, but you made it sound different.
He's telling you what to expect, and you're saying no. That's not what
he did say that, but he said, I didn't say no.
Yo, he said it, but you made it sound different.
What he really meant was Matt Booty said, hold on a second. Matt Booty did say that, but he said they were looking for those type of studios. That was after they bought some other studios. He was saying they were looking for a couple of AA studios. And he did say that.
No. Phil Spencer said this. He laid the groundwork of what they're looking for. His own words. We
say that after they bought the other studio.
He wants AA studios. That's what he wants.
Listen, come on, guys. It's time to cut the bullshit out, right? We've been chasing.
I said he said it.
Yes, he said it, and they know they meant what they said. Everything is the writing's on the wall. Look at Game Pass. Look what they're trying to do. Look at the studios that they bought. If they were out buying Crytek or some of these other companies that we thought would make a great buy for them and they passed on,
we've been asking for Alan Wake.
We've been asking for Alan Wake all generation. They passed on that studio. They passed on that game.
That's why they can't do second party.
They're passing on the studios that most gamers want them to buy for the big blockbuster stuff, and they're reaching in the back with the guys that are battling business and the lights are off. And
here's the funny thing: when Hellblade came out on PlayStation, right? Came out on PlayStation first. Ninja Theory was praised. And it's like, man, if they had a bigger budget, imagine what they can do. As soon as Microsoft buys them, Ninja Theory is fucking trash, and they're gonna make AA all the way through.
And then the first game is just free to play, like beat 'em up. Ironically, right? Like you couldn't have had worse. You couldn't have had a worse first game. I get they were working on that beforehand, but you could not have shown a worse first game from them, right? You couldn't have.
That might have been in there that they wanted to release that.
Of course, Phil Season's got loot box potential, and you get people. It like, hold on, Easy Shock says I get people want to crucify the current Xbox, but in my opinion, they'd have addressed the things we asked for, like putting in place new first party studios. But people want big AAA games announced, and they haven't addressed that.
They're making fucking multi-plats right now. So
they are. So I mean, like Xbox. What studio are you most excited about from Microsoft right now, and what studio do you think will give us the first AAA? No, what new studio
Oh, see, you didn't say that. You said what?
Okay,
studio.
what new
Taking your
studio?
word,
What new studio are you most excited about, and how soon do you think we'll get that first new AAA IP? AAA IP.
See,
Give
studio,
me a year. Give me a year and a
hold on.
studio.
The studio I'm most excited for, of course, it's no brainer. It's Ninja Theory, dude.
Okay.
I was a big DMC fan. You know, when they came out with their version of Devil May Cry, I thought it was absolutely.
I just picked up the
amazing.
new Devil May Cry 5 on Xbox.
Dude, I know,
on sale.
and this is another. I'm not a big hardcore on the original Devil May Cry.
I like DMC. I have that too.
I
liked it. Yeah,
I love the DMC. But they're also working on a single player as well. The Bleeding Edge, they've been working on that for a while, right? Before they were acquired. So that is way along. You know,
well, they've been working on Bleeding Edge longer than this other game. This other game supposedly they started in 2017.
Okay,
Bleeding Edge. Yeah, Bleeding Edge has been in development.
Yeah, 2018, 2019. Damn, so 2020 would be 4 years. That'd be weird if they can come out with a new game.
So you think? So
I believe it will be announced next year. Definitely, maybe not come out to 2021, but it will be announced next year.
Yeah, I mean they could do that. Maybe if it's a really big like single player or hacking
Maybe
something
Hellblade.
new.
I'm personally
I hope not Hellblade
personally,
2.
I'm intrigued by Double Fine as well. I am.
Well, I mean, they're not even releasing their games till next year. They got.
I know. But you asked me what.
Yeah. Okay. No, I hear you. I hear you. But I also said AAA. I also said what AAA.
Dude,
game.
why does everything have to be AAA?
Well, I'm just because I'm trying to get sold on this box. I'm trying to get sold on this box.
You didn't tell me I'm selling you on the box. You told me.
Well, no. But listen, I asked you. But I asked you. I said, which studio do you think, out of the new studios, is the closest to releasing a new AAA IP?
I would say it would probably be between Ninja Theory and Playground's second team.
And you figure those will come 2021, 2022?
Between 2020 and 2021.
Okay, so 15. So you're looking at a 7-year gap between announcements or so, right? Like, everybody
tells me to look at the here and now, right? What is that?
Xbox, you outside your mind, my dude. You outside your mind. 2021.
You guys know the majority of my gaming. Hold on, the majority of my gaming right now has been on Destiny 2 on the world's most powerful console. Is what I've done. The majority of my gaming right now has been a multi-plat. All right, it's been Destiny 2. All right, so right now the majority of my gaming is all set, and then going
Xbox.
Destiny 2 actually technically could have been a single player.
Yeah, but
player could have been an Xbox exclusive.
Xbox. Dirt, let me ask you guys something. Why is Xbox losing? Why is Xbox? Why are people not buying Xboxes? Like, they've done all this stuff. You say that they've got. You say Xbox. You say they've got these games and people can be excited and should be excited about them, but mostly aren't. So why is Xbox?
What I criticize about with Xbox?
Well, why is Xbox losing so badly though?
Media bias.
I'm gonna say it for the 5th time. It was a bad generation, crap.
Okay, so exclusive. Like if you guys say that they need some of those exclusives, they need something big and new. Because I have a feeling, even if they can rush Forza Motorsport, which I don't think they will. If you look at it, they're just now starting to create this. Well, they can after the last one. Like it was a mess. It lacked content, and like they just now started it, and they're using fan feedback. And usually Forza Motorsports would get 2 years. If they're just now starting it, it's not going to be ready in time for the launch. Like what? And even if it was, people would go, well, we're going to need more than another Halo and Forza, right? Like they want that next big thing to be shown off. Don't you agree to that, Xbox? Shouldn't they have that AAA, like that big game? Like I bought an original Xbox because of Halo, right? I bought an Xbox 360 when I saw Gears of War on G4 TV, right? I bought an Xbox One. I saw them showing off.
I bought a 360 when I first they had Project Gotham right off the bat.
Well, I mean, I wasn't a huge racing fan. I did have that too,
and that's what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah, you've got to have.
There are different types of gamers out there.
There is, but you have to agree. People bought an Xbox 360 when they saw Gears of War. Right? Like that was the game. Halo sold.
That's not the clincher.
But it sold the most consoles.
It was, man. Like,
let me end this discussion right now. All right. Okay. In 2025, right? What game that's coming out in the next year am I going to be looking forward to from Xbox that's not Halo, Forza, or Gears?
in next year.
2025?
In 2025, like what's the sequel that's coming out that I'm looking forward to from Microsoft? It's not Halo, Forza, or Gears.
You know, that's a good question.
We don't have one. That's the fucking problem. We don't have a sequel.
Well,
It ain't gonna be PUBG 2. It ain't gonna be fucking Minecraft.
Bleeding Edge 2.
Don't shit on Minecraft.
I'm gonna shit on Minecraft because
like listen, you're right though. They don't unless something sells incredibly well, like Halo, Forza, or Gears, or is a $1 billion franchise like Halo, Forza, and Gears. They don't put out a sequel to it.
Brother, I have been one of the most consistent people on YouTube. When it came down to it, I said that Sunset Overdrive absolutely deserved a sequel.
We're not getting that. So move on. We're not getting that. We're not getting it. Move on.
Here's the thing. I already criticized them about it. I'm not going to whine about it every single day either, though.
No, you're going to report there and wait, right?
Hold on, Gotham guy got some
games.
Hold on, Gotham guy has some stuff for us. He says if AAA is important to sales, then why is Days Gone only sold over 2 million and PUBG sold over twice that in half the time? Well, we don't have numbers for PUBG per se. They only say players. So like both me and my brother would both technically be players, despite the fact that I was the one that downloaded the game.
They did say 2 million though at one point, crap.
I mean, they might have, but if you look at it, we
5 million pack.
If you look at it, I'd also like to know where you're getting your numbers from because
they gave out a 5 million pack when they sold 5 million.
But listen, you're talking about a $40 or $30 digital game versus a full $60 AAA game, right? Why compare a double A
sequel?
Yeah, Days Gone. Yeah, they're already working. Ben Studios is already working on a sequel. So I would imagine if Xbox would have come out with a new AAA IP that would have sold 2 million like that. Like that would have been crazy, right? Like, so those AAA games are super important. That's why Sony said themselves, people buy these new consoles for AAA experiences. Like that, though, believe it or not, 2 hours is gone. Please hit the like button. Let's get over 200 likes. We're very, very close. Yobi says PUBG sold over 50 million. Not on Xbox though. PUBG didn't sell 50 million on Xbox. Like all around, like PC and everything in between. So hit the like button, guys, and girls. What a fantastic, fast-paced show, man! I gotta have all these guys back because, man, whoo, I'm wiping the sweat. Mooch, he took the day off, I think, man. He had a couple good points and was gone. He probably enjoying that, though.
Absolutely.
Mooch, what's going on, man? What do you got going on?
Well, we got a chill weekend, actually. Believe it or not. I'm going to be doing a lot of Twitch.tv tomorrow night, 9 to 11 on Twitch.tv, the Mooch78. And then I believe we're taking Friday off. No Crossfire this Friday.
Hey, Crap wasn't going to be there anyway.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to be watching Mick and the boys down there in
it's 110 degrees this weekend. We're going out. So I got to be honest with you, that it's going to be a chill weekend. Then we'll be doing Twitch.tv all weekend. But other than that, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Great show tonight.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Xbot, what do you got going on, man?
Well, brother, as you know, Saturday I'm going to Dave & Buster's, but I'm doing the show when I come back, and I will be able to play.
You're going to play that Halo exclusive?
Halo Fire Team Raven, baby.
Yes. I'm going to play that. It's actually pretty good.
I might.
Better than anything we've gotten on Xbox.
Another shot.
Sorry, man.
Another shot, man. Sorry. Other than that, guys, I just want to say out there to everybody in the chat, everybody who supports my channel, thank you guys so much. I'm seeing another kind of a spurt in growth when it comes to subscribers. I just want to let you guys know I appreciate every single person that comes to check out Next Podcast, to check out my live streams, to check out my videos, man. It means so much to me. I never would have thought, I never thought when I first started YouTube, like, I would be where I am at now. But now that I'm here, I just want to go even further with the channel. So thank you guys for the support, and got more coming, man. At 5,000 subscribers, I think I will be giving away a console of choice, and that should go right around when the next generation of hardware. So if you want a PS5, you want a chance to win a PS5, a chance to win a Scarlet, you might want to go there and subscribe to XBot448, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Absolutely. We also got Predator. Thank you very much for joining us. What do you got going on, Pred?
Not much. Ghost Recon comes out tomorrow, some DLC, so I will be off this bullshit Destiny game we've been playing for the last week.
Nice.
Brother, you've been having fun, man. Don't even play.
Yeah, next podcast, I'll be trying to make it Saturday. My daughter's going to be in town, so I may not make it to the show. If I do, it will be late. And make sure you guys keep voting for Pred and keep Dark down.
And sub to you on MySpace. Find you on MySpace, right?
Yep. Keep
exactly.
Keep on MySpace.
Knox, what do you got going on, bro?
Oh man, ain't shit, man. Saturday I'll be going back to work, and then it was Yo, it was a goodie right now. You know what I'm saying? So in Knox We Trust right here on YouTube. At D Knox on Twitter and all that good shit. Knoxmas one everywhere. Y'all already know, man. In Knox We Trust coming soon.
Somebody buy Knox Battletoads when it comes out.
Yeah.
Battle turds. I can hardly wait, man. Another AA 60 Metacritic game,
wait,
man.
brother. I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
They're gonna give a copy of that shit with every fifth of the Glenn Levitt.
They are. Phil's gonna be like, hey, if you buy Battletoads or play it on Game Pass, we'll give you a free Switch and the PS5. Gotham guy says, great show. Love the energy. Love you guys. Hey, man, appreciate it. It's all opinions. We have a good time, man. No, nothing but love. We also got J-Dubs. Kratos, thank you again for joining us, man. Appreciate it. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at JDubCity16, kicking up static, handing out contracts. Y'all know how I do.
Oh, hell yeah, man. You guys want to sign that contract? Get in on that, man. PS5. Greatness awaits. Don't miss out.
Atari Jaguar contract, by the way.
Nah, man. Like, hey, as a one.
You killed it. Remember, you played it once, and the whole company.
Brother, I had an Atari Jaguar. Don't even.
That's why I died.
All this time, Microsoft worried about Stadia. They should really be worried and hope that Soulja Boy don't release a console next gen because they'll end up in 4th place. That's all I'm saying. Damn, man. You don't want to end up in 4th place. That's not a good look, Phil. Hold on. Sonic says, "Did you like Undertaker's performance on Sunday?" Yeah, I thought Taker did really good, man. Yeah, the problem was with him versus Goldberg. Goldberg knocked himself out. Like if you can't hold yourself up for the tombstone or pick up someone and you're knocked out, like you're gonna have a bad time. So
script, though. It was in the
script. Hey, it's real to us. Shut up. And last but not least, the great Dirt. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It was great having you here, man. You had some really good takes, and I appreciate it. Nothing but respect for you, bro.
Thank you, man. You know, long time fan of you guys. I appreciate the invite. I have a channel, Dirt Griggity. Actually, I'm about to do a podcast right after this show.
Wow, yeah, you're the new mooch, man. Back to back.
Yeah, gotta go back to back, man. You know, Crap invited me. I gotta show up, bro. So
nice.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Check out my channel, y'all. I don't have 5,000 subs. Like Xbox, but hey, man, you know,
he does positive Xbox content. If you love Xbox, check it out, man. He got some really good content.
Yeah. And absolutely. I don't, I also like the PlayStation, not a PlayStation bashing channel either. Just positive.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome stuff, man. Thank you so much, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the like button, share it out on your way out. We'll catch you next time. Later.